Welcome everyone back to Ark Survival Evolved. So guys, today we are actually on a private server. I'm sure as you guys can tell right now because it's not my character at all. But I came across this mod on the workshop that only the OG Ark players are going to remember and see all this stuff. It's probably going to bring back a lot of good memories from this game first came out. Now before we actually get into the video guys, I just want to say that I am sorry for not uploading yesterday. These past few days I really have not been feeling well, and I thought, maybe if I just take a day for myself, just relax and, see if I can just get better that way, I'd be able to do something today. That wasn't the case. I woke up feeling worse today, but I was like, I gotta get a video up for these guys. I've been wanting to do this one for a while because I'm really excited because this is gonna bring back a lot of memories for me today as well. So guys, as you can see right now, we're actually down in the west zone, and you're probably looking at that. Now, if you're a console player, you're probably thinking that should be red obelisk. That's green though. What's up? What's going on with that? So basically, the mod I found, guys, is a mod that converts the island back to its original state. So for those of you that didn't know, the island used to look totally different back in the day when this game first came out. And so I thought today I would show you guys what it used to look like back in the day. So if you guys already know what it looks like, still stick around because it's probably going to bring back a lot of memories. And I'd really love to know down below in the comment section what memories you guys have of some of these places that we're going to see today. Now, I also believe with this mod that it also does lower the Dinah level down. I believe it lowers it down to like 60, which would be max. As you can see, that parrot was level 12. It's either 60 or 80, but I want to say 60. I think this is like way pushed back. Like right when the game was first released, that was my understanding of it. Okay, so we are going to turn up the speed of the server here so we can actually get around a little bit and fly around. So guys, back in the day, green obelisk actually used to be where red is right now. You can see it's green. Blue is where green is now, and then red is where blue is now. If that makes sense. It probably sounds really confusing, but you can kind of tell from right here. But that's green obelisk. Now, back in the day, guys, if I go here, and of course it's already nighttime, but it'll go by really fast. So as you guys can see right here, guys, now if you actually were to come here like on officials to spawn here for XP drops and stuff, back in the day, this map didn't have any of that. So people actually used to build here a lot because it's a very flat area. It's kind of small, but it's really easy. It's really easy to actually defend. So I guess what we're gonna do is, since we're already starting here, we're actually gonna go this way, guys, because there is no swamp on this map. So you guys are gonna see what this used to look like before they added the swamp, because all this right here is now a swamp in the newest map. You guys can see this is what it used to look like. It's just a big pond. I will say it does look a little bare. The swamp was definitely something that was needed, but you can already see there's a spino right there. Spino spawns back in the day used to be everywhere in this map until they added the swamp. And obviously that's where Redwoods would be right there, which we'll hit that up next though. But first we're gonna go all the way down here. And you can see this is exactly what it used to look like. It was just all this water. There's another spino. Personally, I actually kind of like this map more. I mean, obviously we would need a swamp and stuff, but I like having all the open water. Back in the day, it was really fun to be able to run around and you just see everything. I don't know. It's hard to explain. And there's another spino right there. You guys probably already know where we're at. Again, this is all swamp now. All this is. All these little rivers here that we're passing right now, that's all swamp now. I will show you guys where I actually built my first base on officials with my friends way back in the day. I'll show you guys that spot as well because that's totally different now too. Now you can see that's all swamp right there as well. Actually, we're gonna come down here for a minute because this is different now. There's actually, if you play on the island now and you come to this spot, there's like that peak that comes out right there where all that green is. That's obviously not there right now, and I don't think there's actually a path to get up there. Oh no, that path actually still is there. Okay. Now all this probably still looks familiar to you guys. This is all pretty much the same as far as I can tell. But if we come over here, guys, this is something I'm sure none of you guys even knew about unless you played back in the day. This big pond that comes in here. This is now the Eastern Swamp, as I call it. So let me tell you a little bit of a story here. I'm going to tell you about my first time playing Ark. So when I first played Ark, I went right to officials with two friends of mine, okay? And this is where we spawned. We spawned right in this little thing right here. This is where I started my adventures on Ark. About 3,000 hours ago was right here. So we spawned here, we got in a tribe, and we ran all the way over here. We came all the way around this pond, because back in the day, sharks would spawn in here. They probably still do, actually. I don't see any in there. But there used to always be sharks in that pond. And we ran all the way down here. Now, this is also a swamp, too, but back in the day, it wasn't. It was just this little river. And we built our first base right down here. Probably the worst spot you could actually build a base. We built it right here, guys. Right, pretty much right where that Bronto is. There's this really big thatch hut. We thought we were so cool. We had a base back here that was up this hill. It was either right there on this cliff or it was up on this cliff. I don't remember exactly. It was one of the two. And they had this big wooden base. But one day, so we had this big 2-story thatch base right here. We had a raptor. We had thatch walls around and a little dino door. We thought we were pretty cool. We had a Spino that spawned up here one day, and it dropped down, fell on our base, and totally destroyed it. Destroyed the entire thing. So we had to restart from scratch, and we decided to build back in this same spot again, which we did. And we got back to where we actually got to wood at this point. And then what happened was, all of a sudden, there was like 4 or 5 people in T-Rexes that came from over here. And all of a sudden, we saw an army of T-Rexes coming down here. And they came right up to our thatch hutch, and like we thought everything was over. And then all of a sudden, they get off, and they're like, "Hey, you guys new to the game?" And we're like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Here, have a T-Rex." And they gave us a level 6 T-Rex. It was probably one of the best moments I have in Ark, to be honest. It was something back in the day that you just don't see now. And that's why I'm really curious to know, for you OG players out there that have already seen these changes and stuff to the map, I really want to know if you guys have any interesting or cool stories like that from back in the day. So this is the only thing that's different on this site, guys. So now we're going to start heading to the big stuff. We're going to go through Redwoods, and then I'm going to take you to the biggest change on a map in Ark. So here we are, guys. We are now entering what is now known as Redwoods, which obviously this is not Redwoods. There is no Spino right there, though. Like I said, back in the day, Spino spawns were crazy on this map. They were all over the place, which was great. Sorry if the color's a little off. I'm trying to keep up with the time changes on the server at the moment. So here we are now, guys. Right in front of us here, this is actually from Survival of the Fittest. This was not actually on the map. This is the one thing on this mod that was not originally on the map. I'm not exactly sure why this is on the server. It might be in the description of the mod, so you guys can check that out if you want to. Like I said, there'll be a link down below in the description. But I do kind of like this on here because it'll kind of make for really cool fighting if this map's ever used like in an unofficial server or something, which I'm kind of surprised it's not. Like there's a lot of metal spawns up here and Plant X and stuff like that. But yeah, just disregard this. That's from Survival of the Fittest. That has nothing to do with this. But over here, guys, this was one of the most popular spots to build back in the day. Was over here. And I'm gonna show you why. First off, you have all the metal spawns right there, which is actually quite a few. And then you have a bunch of Brontos that always spawn here. A lot of people like to build right around this pond. They would literally build like their base either in that water, or they'd build it directly in front or back there. And then back in the day, everyone just used dinosaur gates. That's all people used. Now, as you guys can probably see, there is no cave or anything like this. There's no swamp cave and stuff right now. That was never a thing back in the day. So I guess the next thing we'll head to, which is probably the most recent change actually on the map itself, is the Volcano. But for those of you that don't know, the Volcano used to never have lava in it. The Volcano was the best spot to actually farm obsidian, crystal, and metal in the game at one point. And if you're on official servers, the Alpha tribe normally would not let other tribes farm on this Volcano. As you can see, like this is natural. This is what it used to look like back in the day. You just have a lot of metal spawns up here. Now, pretty much everything on this side of the map right here, like the direction I'm looking, all this has not changed. This is all still the same. You still have your oasis. None of that has been changed at all. But now, guys, we're going to get into the stuff that you're probably going to be really confused by, because this all should be snow, but it's not. This never used to be snow back in. So this is what I know it as the Northern Snow Mountain, which I'm sure a lot of you know that as well. But I'm sure a lot of you have never seen this without snow on it before. And honestly, it looks really awesome. I actually prefer this map without the snow. Like, look at all these metal nodes that are up here. These are still all here. It's just that they're hard to see because of the snow. But these are all still here. This is a great mountain to farm on, by the way. And then, guys, we come down here into the valley here. Which, again, this is all snow, but it's not on here. And this is really how it used to be back in the day. I guarantee you there's going to be a Spino in this river. As I say that, there's one right there. I bet you there'll be more than that, though. Back in the day, this was the best river to come on, in my opinion, to actually find Spinos before they turned it to snow. You can see all this used to be a big open water. There was no cave right there. I think that's known as the ice cave now. That was never a thing back in the day. So we're going to come down here, and you guys are going to see, again, that there's no ice down here. There's like those little ice patches and stuff, and the pearl spawns and stuff. That was never a thing back in the day either. So as you guys can see, this is what I call the Fishbowl, and that's what my friends call and stuff too. But there's also no icebergs out here at all either. That was never a thing back in the day either. All we had was that little rock right there. This little thing right here. That's all we had. I don't recall if these oil nodes are a normal thing, or that's just an issue with the map. I don't think those are normal. I could be wrong, though. Back in the day, before this map got changed to snow, We rarely came over here on this side of the map because this is where the alpha was always built up, and they just did not allow people over here at all. Because that was before transferring was a thing. And you know, if you guys just got the game recently, you probably never knew that you used to not be able to transfer at all. All right, so we're gonna wrap around here, and then we're gonna head up the mountain, guys, and go check out Red Obelisk. This used to be the end-all be-all obelisk back in the day. This is the spot everyone wanted to build by because it was the coolest obelisk. At least that's how it was on our server that we played on. Oh, it's actually getting foggy now too. Kind of makes it more spooky or better, I think. Oh, here we go. So we come up here, guys, and this is what the obelisk used to look like without snow. I know it's super foggy right now, but check this out. This is what the obelisk used to look like before they turned it to snow. Now, some of you probably are wondering what happened to like official servers and stuff when they made all these big changes to this map, because like this is a huge change. This entire area is turned into snow. And if you look at our map right here, you'll see. I mean, the map even shows snow actually too, which is actually kind of cool. I actually like that right now because it gives a really good idea of like how big of an area they actually changed the biome. So basically what happened was, and the perfect example would be the server I used to play on because the alpha tribe got wiped because of this. So basically what happened was they made an announcement that they were changing a huge region of the map to snow, to the snow biome. And in order to do this, any bases on that area that was going to get changed would get totally wiped, and there's nothing that they could do about it. So people on official servers, they had to move. They basically had to relocate their base. Is what essentially is what it came down to. And if you didn't do that in time, like our alphas didn't, they thought they'd be okay because they're kind of on the border of it. Half their base got just totally demoed, like destroyed because of the conversion. It was hilarious. I remember flying over there. There was just a ton of people over there fighting for their bags and stuff like that. Because half their base got destroyed and they couldn't do anything. They didn't have time to fix it. They didn't have enough people on when it happened, and they totally screwed themselves over. And I remember flying over there, picking up a few turrets and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Because back in the day, we were really big noobs. I've actually been thinking about it, guys. Actually, I kind of want to talk about this for a minute too while we're on this map. I've kind of been thinking about doing a little small series, like a little mini series where I go back and I rebuild some of my first bases I've ever been in or with or helped build when it came to Ark. Because they're pretty funny looking, and I think if you guys saw some of the base designs that used to be back in the day, you guys would be like, how was that alpha? So I think we're probably going to do that at some point, because I really want to, and because there's actually a lot of stories behind them too. There's the notorious Red Obelisk, which is now down there in the west, but back in the day, it used to be up here in the north, and this was the alpha spot back in the day, was around here. If you owned Red Obelisk, you pretty much owned the server. That's how it was on our server back in the day. But anyway, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please let me know down below in the comment section, guys. We will have another official Ark video coming out tomorrow, which you guys will probably enjoy, hopefully. I hope you do anyway. I really hope you guys are enjoying my videos. I'm always looking for suggestions, but I feel like, you know, either you guys are enjoying them and not saying anything, or you're just not saying anything in general, and I'm just making stuff you guys aren't liking. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling on at the moment. But if you guys would like to see this map, there'll be a link down below in the description. It's only for PC though, but definitely check it out. It's definitely worth a look, especially if you never have seen this map before all the conversions, or if you guys just want to relive old memories. That's basically what I installed it for when I came across it, was just to kind of look at old spots where I have a lot of really funny and odd memories with friends from back in the day. I will have a few unofficial videos up too. I've actually been getting some requests to do some things on there because a lot of you guys actually play unofficial still, which I get. So I will have a base tour video coming out pretty soon for an unofficial server that I built a base on that I think you guys will like. And obviously there'll be a lot more official stuff coming out in the next week or so as well too. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see all of you guys in the next video.